Vinyl Chimney Breast, Vinyl Chimney Breast, Vinyl Chimney Breast.
Is it time for Vinyl Chimney Breast?
Yes, it's week 14. The disappointment of the plain paper inner sleeve. Vinyl bores will often talk about how the format offered so much more than just a listening experience, as the cover art was of a size where it could fully be enjoyed and appreciated. One could read the lyrics, liner notes, credits, and so on. But all too often, after spending £6.10 in Woolworths, you would run back home excitedly, stare at the album cover, look at the track listing on the back, if there was one, and then pull out the inner sleeve, only to find this.
Oh no!
So please try to contain your excitement as we look at some examples of the plain paper inner record sleeve. So this is AC/DC Let There Be Rock. AC/DC seemed to be serial offenders with this, although they were a massive band that would have had big budgets behind a lot of their album releases. Quite often they just came in a plain sleeve. These Atlantic ones had this little clear cellophane window in the middle. This is exciting stuff, isn't it? And here they are again with For Those About to Rock from 1981. What do you do after you've released a multi-squillion selling album? You release the next one in a plain paper sleeve. This time they didn't even put the cellophane in, just a hole. Cream's Goodbye album did contain some important information on the inner sleeve. Copyright notice there, and of course the classic Home Taping is Killing Music. And I still think the logo's quite good, although perhaps the suggestion that it might cause imminent death is a little bit over the top. This was Faith No More's live mini album from 1990, and extra excitement with this one because it was a black paper sleeve rather than white. And back to our old favourite again, there was quite a lot of information on this one about how records work. Copyright notice again, and the suggestion that you should check the wording on the label before playing, as if reading all this wasn't enough. But on the other side it's just plain, and it's a real shame that they didn't include any lyrics from the album on this. I mean, the likes of Pinocchio in Smurfland and Hey Baba Rebop are simply poetry. Led Zeppelin III, another plain white paper bag. There is some kind of catalogue number in the corner, so at least there's something to read. But this was a fairly common type, again lined with some kind of plasticky material to help the vinyl slide in and out. This one was a particular disappointment for me. This was the first new release from Metallica since I got into the band. This came out in 1988, and I rushed down to the record shop first thing in the morning on the day of release to make sure I got it as quickly as I could. They were a massive band, this was heavily promoted, it was really hotly anticipated, and I got it home, opened it up, and I got this. 2 plain paper sleeves. All my friends' copies had sleeves with lyrics, liner notes, credits, photographs, extra artwork, and so on. And I've often wondered whether it's just because I was so quick to pick it up that somehow they'd perhaps released some in a rush without the finished sleeve, and that's what I got. Pink Floyd Piper at the Gates of Dawn, their debut album from 1967. This is a repressing from the 80s, but this is an example of where I find these sleeves a little bit confusing. The plain flat white side you might think would be the front, but it's got this cutout to help you get the vinyl out, which suggests that this is the back side, but this side's got the creases coming round that are glued down here, and the writing on it, which suggests that it ought to be the front. So which way round do you put the record in? Because side one's got to face the front. That's normal, isn't it? Other people do that, don't they? Thin Lizzy Jailbreak, another plain white sleeve. Nice square one this time. It's got a number on it too. So is it the front or is it the back? Which way should you put the record in? I find this very troubling. Thanks for watching Vinyl Chimney Breast. All the music you can hear in the background is by See Through Head. You can find out more in the links under the description. Please click on everything, and I'll see you next week.